So guys, welcome once again to Solution to Academy, where we embody our motto for confusion to clarity and also from test to testimony. Today we are going to be looking at what the sum of an n term of an arithmetic progression. So during our previous class, we treated the basics and some complex question under it. Today we are going to be using at the sum of an AP. Now let's go. So what do you mean by sum? Assuming you have to calculate the sum of the first three terms, your answer for the first term, for the second term, for the third term. Instead of now calculating one by one, then adding it together, there is a general formula we have to use. So the general are in two forms. We have two formulas for it. One involving the n term and the other involving the last term. So the first formula we have for the sum of n term, we denote it as what? Sn. You know that for the n term, we denote it as what? Tn. So whenever you see n, Sn determines what? Sum of what? N term. The first formula is what? N over 2 into bracket what? 2a plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d close what? Bracket. While the second formula we are going to be using also is what? Sn is equal to what? N all over 2 open bracket what? A plus n. So these are the two main formula we use while calculating for the sum of what? N term. So let's take term question, guys. So now we have find the sum of the first 20 term of an AP. Find the sum of the first 20 term of an AP in the sequence 5, 8, 11. So let's check. We have what? We have to find the sum of the what? First 20 term. S20. Sum of the first 20 term is the what? Is the question. We have to find the sum of the what? First 20 term in the sequence, given the sequence 5, 8, 11, dot dot dot. From here, we said, remember during the basic class, our first term is our what? A. A will be equal to what? 5. The common difference is what? T2 minus T1. T2 minus T1 is what? 8 minus 5, which is what? 3. If you are choosing T3 minus T2, 11 minus 8 is also what? 3. So we have our D to be equal to what? 3. So what about the N? You know that the formula we are having, okay, let's get the formula. The formula we are going to be using is what? Sn is equal to N all over 2 into bracket 2A into bracket N minus of 1D. So this is the formula. Now we've getting our A, we've getting our D. So what about our N? Don't be scared. Our N is just the what? They said the sum of 20 terms. So that 20 is your N. So we say Sn. That N here is now what? 20. Sum of 20. That is the N here is what? It's equal to 20. So we are giving sum of 15, your N will be what? 15. Sum of 30, your N will be what? 30. So we are giving what? N to be equal to 20. Now, subbing in our formula, we have S20 to be equal to what? 20 over 2 into bracket 2a. That was 2 into bracket 5 plus n, which is what? 20 minus 1d. Minus 20 minus 1. What is our value for d? Our d is what? 3. So now, calculating this, we have what? S20 to be equal to 20 divided by 2 is what? 10 into bracket 2 times 5 is also what? 10 plus 20 minus 1 is what? 19. 19 times 3. What is 19 times 3? This is what? 9 times 3 is 27. 7 will be made out 2. 3 times 1, 3 plus 2, 5. That's what? 57. So we have 57. So right here we are going to be having 10 into bracket. 10 plus 57 will give us what? 67. Then S20 will give us what? 10 times 67 will give us what? 670. That's our what? Final answer. This is how we do it. You just take it. Sum of the first 20 term given this sequence. S20 is what? S20 is the question. Our first term is what? A. That is A is equal to what? 5. Our common difference T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, or and so on. So T2 minus T1, 8 minus 5 is what? 3. And our N is 20 because we are finding the what? The sum of the 20. If I find the sum of 30, N will be equal to 30. Then using this formula, Sn is equal to what? N over 2, open bracket to what? 2a plus N minus of 1d. Right? So now we are going to be having solving the value N20, A 5, and D is what? 3. Then you use the rest. Your calculator will calculate the rest for you. Use this something what? Simply mathematics. So we have what? 2 times 5, 10. 20 minus 1, 19 times 3 will give us what? 57. 57 plus 10 will give us what? 67. 10 times 7 will give us what? 670. As simple as that. So guys, let's move on. So let's take another question under this. How many terms of the AP? How many terms of the AP? How many terms of the AP? 5, 8. Okay. How many terms? Now we are finding the number of terms. Sm. We don't know the value for what? Of n. How many terms of an AP given the sequence 5, 8, 11 must be added to give the sum of what? 260. Must be added to give a what? A sum of what? 260. Your last term is what? 260. You have to find the what? How many terms? You have to find the number of terms, which is n. Are you getting me? You have to find the what? Number of terms to be what? To be added up to get. Are you getting me? To get what? 6 what? Your n. You have to find what? The number of terms right here. Right here. So how many terms will be added to get the what? The sum of what? 260. Okay, sum of 260. Okay, that is, we are giving our Sn to be what? 260. But we don't know the n itself, which is what? N is the what? Question. So from here we can determine our a. Our a is our first term, which is a is equal to what? 5. And our common difference, t2 minus t1, t3 minus t2, which is equal to what? Your d is equal to what? 3. Are you getting it? Now, we now have to find the what? N. So let's use the formula once again. We have Sn. Sn to be equal to what? N all over 2 into bracket. Sn is equal to what? N all over 2 into bracket 2a plus open bracket n minus of 1d. Now you are finding how many terms must be added to get the sum of what? We are giving the sum to be what? 260. Our Sn is what? 260. Our n, we don't know it. N all over 2 open bracket. Our a 2 into bracket 5, right? Plus n minus of 1. We don't know n minus 1. D. What about d? Our d is what? 3. Now taking this, you can cross multiply from here. See, this one is multiplication, right? You can cross multiply from here. See, all this one is what? Is what? Multiplication. So this one does the same thing as having this. So now guys, we have 2 times 260. 2 times 260 to give us what? 2 times 260 will give us what? 520. 520 is equal to what? N into bracket. 2 times 5 is what? 10 plus n minus of 1. 3 times n, 3n minus what? 3. Right? So right now we have what? 520. So we have what? 520 is equal to what? N into bracket. 10 minus 3 is what? What's 10 minus 3? 10 minus 3 is what? 7 plus what? 3n. 7 plus 3n. So right here we have what? 520 to give us n times 7 is what? 7n plus what? 3n squared. Do you get what we did right there? So from here we cross multiply. 2 times 260 gave us what? 520. 520 is equal to now 2 times 5 is what? 10. 3 times n, 3n, 3 times minus 1 minus 3. 10 minus 3 is what? 7. 7 plus 3n. N times 7, 7n plus what? 3n squared. Then this only does to what? We are ending this. We are going to have what? Taking this to the other side, we have what? 7n plus 3n squared minus what? 520 is equal to what? 0. This is what? A simultaneous equation. So right now we have to find two values. Okay, let's again this very well. So we have what? 3n squared plus what? 7n minus 520 is equal to what? 0. So now we have to factorize this. Are you? So we want to factorize this. How are you going to do it? Or we can easily use the what? The almighty formula or the quadratic formula. Which is what? X is equal to what? We have x is equal to what? Minus b plus 1 minus square root of what? B squared minus 4ac all over what? 2a. This is what? The quadratic formula. So using this is our what? A, this is our b, and this is our what? Our c respectively. So our x will give us what? In this case, we are using n, right? So it now be what? Our n is equal to what? Minus b minus 7, since our b is what? 7, plus or minus square root of what? B square. What is our b? 7 square minus 4 times a. A is what? 3 times what? C, which is what? 520. All over what? 2 into bracket. Our a, what our a? Our a is what? 3. So we have n is equal to